So I think Candace Owens needs to get off X for a little while and stop spreading a lot of misinformation, as well as lots of information that doesn't make any sense at all. So Candace Owens over on X recently responded to this post. Netanyahu is counting on Trump to finish what Israel started in Iran. And Candace Owens has responded by going, "Get ready, white American men. It's time for you to go to die for Israel again." When was the first time exactly? And also, why white American men? Why not black, Hispanics? Why not just American men? Why does it have to be specifically white American men? Is there a conspiracy behind that for Candace Owens? I wonder. And again, when exactly can you pinpoint the first time that American men went to fight in Israel's wars? I don't know about you, but I think the American men that went to go and fight in some of Israel's wars were not conscripted. They were not told to. They were volunteers. That's just an actual fact. We'll get into more of that in just a moment. But let's continue with her post. If you don't want to die for Israel, then you are an anti Semite. Sign up to die in Iran for Netanyahu today, or just admit you hate Jews. Trust the science. What science exactly are you referring to, Candace Owens, especially when you're talking about white American men signing up to go and fight in supposedly Israel's war again? Trust the science of what exactly? I don't know about you, but I didn't think there was science involved with this. But hey, maybe she's talking about Iran having nuclear weapons and Israel is trusting the science to go after them. I don't know what she's on about, but I swear something is seriously wrong with this woman. If you're making a post like this, it is not just about hating Israel or hating the Jewish people. There is something seriously nefarious going on in this woman's brain. I think more so the point of her being paid off by Qatar, but also siding with Muslims. Recently, over 200 Christians were killed over in Nigeria, I believe it is, and yet there's crickets from her. Why isn't she condemning Islam? Why hasn't she ever condemned Islam? Gee, I wonder why that is. And then she makes posts like this saying, "I'm American first." Guess what? White American men. That's weird. Specifically, you got to get ready, white American men, because you're going to go overseas and fight in Israel's war against Iran. No, no, no one is asking anyone in America, Australia, anyone in the West, no one is asking. Israel is not going, "Hey, we need you. We need your help." And when the post goes, Netanyahu is counting on Trump to finish what Israel started, he's not talking about Trump sending troops. No, he's talking about negotiating. Trump has always been adamant that there needs to be a deal made. He said there's a lot of phone calls going on behind the scenes, but he also knows that it's time for the Iranian people to be free of the Islamic regime. But according to Candace Owens, no, 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 no. We're going to keep the Islamic regime in power because you know why? It's paying my pockets big time with Qatari money. Etan Fetchenberger basically responds to Candace Owens going, "Again, when was the first time?" Like I mentioned a moment ago. Katya Sedgwick goes, "This woman is hysterical." I definitely agree. There is not. And people that follow Candace Owens and support Candace Owens, you've got to ask yourself why. What's the main purpose or the main reason as to why you are following this woman? Very much like Dan Bilzerian going, "Israel is using human shields." The man is not well in the head. Anti-Semitism makes you significantly unwell. Sahar TV goes, "Your mother should have used a shield before having you." Oh, that was just brilliant. Noam Blum goes, "Why does she say white?" Loads of people are actually questioning her post. Like, You're specifically going white American men. Exclamation mark. It's time for you to go die for Israel again. When exactly was the first time that American men went to go die for Israel? I wonder. Can you point that out for me? Yael Yacobi goes, the best Qatari money can buy. No one's falling for the fake fear mongering anymore. Candace and the rest have been fully exposed as frauds. And Awesome Jew goes, fact, no American soldier, regardless of race, has ever been sent to fight or die in any of Israel's wars. The only Americans who have participated were Jewish volunteers who chose to serve in the IDF. While US troops have sacrificed their lives in many conflicts, none have died defending Israel. Love it when you get fact checked. But according to Candace Owens and quite a few other people that actually really hate Israel, they will twist the facts and make it sound like Israel is forcing American troops, to defend Israel, which is not the case at all. Yes, America is somewhat allies with Israel because Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East amongst like all these Goliaths, as it would seem, like bearing down on them. And by the way, Iran has retaliated and hit Tel Aviv pretty hard, but loads of the Israelis are basically in Tel Aviv. They're out and about, they're running, they're doing their normal things. That's life for them. They're used to war, unfortunately. They're resilient, a very resilient people. But that's not something that Candace Owens would know anything about, would she? No, she just doesn't want Israel to exist. So she's going complete warning the American people of what exactly? Fear-mongering is not going to work. Lying is not going to work. I think a lot of people have actually had it with the insanity. And the level of her being a useful dingbat to the likes of Islam, people are seeing right through it. Now, unfortunately, there are people out there with vulnerable minds that don't know anything about facts or reason, rationale being some of the things that you actually need to live a healthy, functioning life. They are siding with Candace Owens. They're siding with Bassem Youssef. They're siding with Dave Smith. They're siding with Tucker Carlson. And by the way, I don't know if you guys have seen this either, but Tucker Carlson, even just a few months ago before he came back from Qatar, he was on the side of destroying the Islamic Iranian regime. Now he's not. Now he just basically is against Israel. Same with Theo Vaughn coming back from Qatar and then making that video of him being emotional about what's going on in Gaza at the moment. Yeah, okay. Piers Morgan changing a drop of a hat. He's been to Qatar quite a few times. I wonder if they've gone, hey, if you say this, we'll give you this. And they've asked, what is the price? Because we know that Qatar's got a lot of money. But who knows? Maybe they're just doing it on their own accord because they've got a lot of hate in their heart. Don't know. But whatever it's worth, we've got people that are here that will, look at what these people are saying and literally demolish what they're saying with facts, reason, and rationale. It's amazing, isn't it? Anyway, that's enough from me. Well, you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.